So hello and welcome back to my car. Today I'm going to be doing the I'm so annoyed book tag. So we'll see how this goes because clearly I'm not really annoyed. I don't tend to be annoyed by much. Well, that's not true, but I'm not annoyed right now. Anyway, this is a wonderful tag that was created and inspired. Well, it was inspired by a video that Melinda at Web of Stories did, and then the tag was created by Kelly at Books I'm Not Reading. And Kelly was one of the first people who tagged me for this video, and then I was also tagged by James at Quaint and Curious Volumes. So I figured I better do this tag. So let me go ahead and get going. I'm obviously in my car. I'm waiting to go to my Pilates class, and I don't have long before it starts. So question one is, do publishers ever do things that annoy you? And yeah, they do. And I can think of one pet peeve right off the start. And that is when they print books where the margins are such that there are no margins in between the pages. And so the print goes right into the crack of the book. I don't know why they do that. I obviously don't have my books here with me, but I will try and take a picture of one of the books that I have like that and show it on the screen so that you can see it. Man, that frustrates me beyond belief. And it is in every edition of this book that I have found. So this was intentional. They thought that somebody would really enjoy that reading experience. I don't. I'm hoping I will be able to finish this book one day despite the irritation that I get from the way they have set up the words on that page. Number two, have you ever been annoyed by a spoiler? Yes, I have the worst one yet. So I'm always talking about spoilers in classics and spoilers that happen on the back of classics or that happen in the introduction to classics. Well, I was reading a book. Fortunately, I've forgotten which one at this point. And I went to read one of the endnotes that the book told me to go and look at, and usually the endnotes in classics are just explaining something that was culturally relevant at the time, but it may be obscure to everyone else not living in whatever time period and place it took place in. This endnote, however, wanted to point out that what I had just read was foreshadowing the death of a character later in the book. Why would you include that? I didn't need to know it was a piece of foreshadowing. It was pretty obvious that it was foreshadowing something bad. It was not obvious that it was foreshadowing death. And even if it was, why would you tell me that? That's probably the worst spoiler I've ever seen. It's made me not want to read notes in books anymore either. Number three, have you ever been annoyed by what you discovered in a little free library? Yes, I have. I'm just realizing there's a woman in the car right across from me who's probably wondering what I'm doing. But fortunately, when I pulled up, I was already talking to somebody on my phone. So hopefully she thinks I'm still doing that. Anyway, yes, I've been annoyed by something. Well, I don't know if annoyed's the right word. More like grossed out by something that I found in a little free library, which is one time I was at a little free library and I opened it up and there was a unfinished drink and some snacks in there, like open snacks in there. And that was kind of gross. And there was also baby food and baby formula in there. And I get that baby food and baby formula are shelf stable, but they do need to be in a temperature controlled environment, in at least so like this was the middle of summer. Like it can't be in a wooden box in 90-degree heat. Yeah, I was so grossed out because it all looked very scuzzy that I didn't even want to reach in and touch anything. Otherwise, normally I would have thrown the trash and that baby food out, but I wasn't touching that. I'm a bit of a germaphobe. Number four, when it comes to short story collections, I'm looking at my notebook, by the way. Are you annoyed if there's a novella in the middle? Not that I can think of. I mean, I don't typically read a ton of short story collections, though I do own more now than I did in the past. And I don't think it would, because my approach to a short story collection is to just read one short story at a time randomly. So when I got to the novella, I read the stories in order. So when I got to the novella, I'd just be reading a novella, and I would probably realize that before I started reading, so it's not like I'd be upset by the fact that, wait, this is way longer than I anticipated. So I don't think that's something that would annoy me. Number 5 is deckled edges. Are they beautiful or annoying? I like deckled edges. I don't know that I'd describe them as beautiful, but I don't think they're annoying either. Number 6, other people's annotations in used books or library books. Library books, what are you doing? That's not your book. Annotations in books, I annotate my own books. I will say that I don't sell them or try to sell them. I usually will give them away for free, or I will pass them along to somebody that I know won't mind them. Like all my used bookstores in the area have like a free bin box, so I will put them in there and, you know, somebody can take them or leave them. But it's very rare that I annotate a book that I'm not going to keep. But if I've paid for the book and I have paid not a reduced price because it's been annotated, that would annoy me. But otherwise, like if I bought a book and it's annotated in and it's a used book and I knew that beforehand, that's fine. Number 7, if there's a series or imprint and changes are made, are you annoyed? No. I'm not annoyed by that because I don't shelve my books by series or collections or anything like that. To maybe people's annoyance, shelve them in alphabetical order by title. So my collections don't tend to be next to each other. Yeah, so I don't even notice if there's a change. If I bought a series collection, I probably would want all the covers to be the same. But I wouldn't buy that series collection unless I could buy them all the same. So, make of that what you will. Number 8. Do the decisions of characters in a novel ever annoy you? Yes, I get very wrapped up in my characters' lives, and I recall there was one character who, when she revealed her motivation for one thing that I already didn't like that she did, once I found out why she did it, I threw the book across the room. I was very annoyed. Number 9, ever annoyed by how someone organizes their bookshelf? No, you do you. Number 10, something bookish you find annoying. All of the above? Does that count? Apparently there are a lot of bookish things I find annoying. Is there a bonus annoyance? Not that I can think of, and I'm running out of time. So tag others. I would like to tag the following people: Storm at Storm Reads, Courtney at Tangible Reads, Laura at The Book Hermit, Greg at Supposedly Fun, 5 at Lit Vibes with 5, and Brittany at Rescue and Reads. So you guys are free to do this tag or not. And if you're watching this video and you want to do this tag, go ahead and do it. I do that all the time. Like, tag you're it. All right, that's it for today. I'm going to head off. Hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you later. Bye.